Good morning. It's an early morning show, and here we are. Sorry, there's Cat. Um, Try to get going. Sit, sit. Welcome, welcome. Hey, we got some records to show, and we're going to show those in just a sec here. Maybe. Okay, the co-host is down. We're ready to roll. Let's go. Hope everyone had a great week. Uh, I had a little midweek. If you missed that, that was kind of fun. Just went through some of my favorite albums that I was able to bring back into my collection, slowly but surely, trying to bring stuff in, using a lot of Discogs. I get to some record stores, but then I get carried away with other stuff. I kind of forget about it. So, um, hey, we're finding some of the things that I want. Again, limited space. I have to decide what I really want to bring in. So that's been a little tough. I had a few books here. Let's see. Just finished this one. This was really good. Astral Weeks, a history of 1968. Talks about the making of Astral Weeks, or kind of how it got started. This is really about Boston, 1968 Boston, which there was Mel Lyman, who was person who said he was God, and a lot of people believed it. There was obviously the racial riots when Martin Luther King died, how James Brown came there and played. The Velvet Underground, who played a ton in Boston because New York really didn't. They kind of got shut down in New York, so they were playing in Boston at the Boston Tea Party, which it talks about the Boston Tea Party and how Boston was a big thing with the occult. So it fascinating book, really was. Very, very interesting, historical, not just about music, but about the culture at the time. So enjoyed that. Ordered this thing, came in. If I was more organized. It's called Cool Town. And here we go, Andre Lindeleg. How about this? And the rest of you down in the Carolinas. This is how Athens, Georgia launched alternative music and changed the American culture. So I'm really excited. Athens, Georgia, man, in the late 70s and basically early 80s was the hot spot. And that happens in the States, right? A different area, probably UK, anywhere. A certain area has a hot band, and every record label runs to that area. There's got to be another one, and they're signing everybody. I remember when I was living in Minneapolis, and you had the Prince, Uskadoo, the Replacements. All that was happening. Soul Asylum. Everybody was looking to sign someone. Well, Athens, Georgia definitely was a hotbed, so should be a great book. And then I bought this thing, and I didn't really read the description. I read what the book was about. It was about a guy going to Africa to buy some some vinyl pressing, to buy equipment to make vinyl records, and he found them. But it's about the stories, everything he went through. It sounded kind of funny, pretty interesting. It's called The Vinyl Record Press. It's that big. And not only that, the words are huge. It's like this comes in and go, seriously, that's it? That's a book. The Adventures of a Vinyl Record Dealer in Africa. Oh well, it should still be interesting, but I was a little shocked. And I go, man, that's like, this thing's like Dick and Jane, see Dick run. I mean, it's only like 73 pages. $9. 73 pages. That's a lot of money per page, isn't it? Wow. Hey, that's what. Read the fine print. Let's begin here. Some records. We'll start off with this. This just came in. I'm not going to talk really about it. We'll just show it. Was able to get the MoFi. They just released the Eric and the Dominoes, the Layla sessions. So it was, to bring it back into the collection, as I always did like this album. A lot of good stuff. And, getting the MoFi, that was pretty cool. So we just landed that. And there it is. They re-release a lot of that MoFi. Again, it's really pick and choose for me. Sure, it'd be fun to have all of it, but we can't afford all of it, and I don't have room for all of it. This was an exciting reissue that just came out. It's Emmylou Harris's Red Dirt Girl. This came out in 1990. It's like the companion piece to her 95 album Wrecking Ball. Red Dirt Girl did go to number 3 in the country charts and won a Grammy for Best Folk. When you thought if it's in country charts, it'd win a country thing, but no, it won the Grammy for Best Folk Album. This album, there's 12 tracks. She writes 11. On all her previous albums, there was only a couple of them that she ever wrote 2 or more songs. She always used other songwriters. This one she went in and she wrote her own. It's sparse, it's lush. It is there's just this honest intensity within her vocals. They're beautiful. There's a song on here, Bang the Drums Slowly, and it's filled with this emotion, this ethereal atmosphere that's going on. It's about the death of her father. I'll tell you, it's very emotional. There's the beauty of the song Michelangelo, and you just have her voice. It just soars. But there is and there's this acoustic guitar going on, and then the instrumentation in the background just moves the song forward. Of course, Red Dirt Girl is just a beautiful song. This is just, again, there's a couple Emmylou Harris albums I had to have. Wrecking Ball by far. This one here, Red Dirt Girl. It's a very emotional album. It's beautiful. It's not fast paced, so this is quiet. If you like your folk, if you like the quiet country, you can't go. Emmylou Harris. Just marvelous. I don't have a lot of female singers, and I've never been really bought a ton of female singers. It just hasn't hit. It doesn't ring. This one is a person that does. She hits all the notes for me, and just beautiful. So super happy to get this. It came out in 2 albums. Nothing fancy. I don't think there's an insert on here with the lyrics, and I don't know. All right. Hold on. I said nothing fancy. It's cherry red vinyl. Well, that's kind of fancy, isn't it? Yeah. Who doesn't like red vinyl?
Last night I dreamed about you. I dreamed you were a pilgrim on a highway out alone to find the mother of your children who were still unborn and waiting in the wings of some desire abandoned long ago.
Next one. We'll call this is Inspired by Andrew Tales from the Crate. It is the group Goat. So look at those guys. Okay. So we're thinking, gosh, Steve, is that an African album? You bring another one from Africa? Goat from Africa? It's from Sweden. Sweden. Yeah. It's not even death metal or something, or ABBA. The album's called Requiem. Came out in 2016. It's kind of neat. It's a die-cut sleeve on there, so this is all cut out. Pretty nice. The inners are have prints on them. I don't think there's anything special as far as vinyl. Nope, flat vinyl. Very cool. This came out in 2016. Again, Andrew Tales from the Crate showed this. I played a sample on it, and when people play samples, those are just like your ear candy, because, oh, I get it, that's what it sounds like. And this was their 3rd album. Now, if you wanted an interview with this group is Mass, and they keep the mask on, and as far as I know, nobody still knows who they are. So when you call up, you want an interview, you have to ask for a fuzz master. Fuzz master will get you into the group, and obviously the person that really makes things happen. This is like psychedelic with acoustic elements, and there is a lot of world music. So, and that kind of is what got me into it. There's this almost like African pop will be in here, but not all of it. Some of it's more subtle, some of it's a little more quiet. And then others is a little faster pace. Some is instrumental, some is not. There's even like flute folk, I guess you could call it. Uh, there's definitely a lot of psychedelic in here, um, within some of the music. Just it's a real mesh of different types of music. Is it for everyone? It may not be, but I found it fascinating and was really good music, truly interesting. Um, if you like world music, a lot of the stuff that's out there, you probably would get a kick out of this and really enjoy it. Yeah, and if you like psych, you may like this. But Goat from Sweden, the masked goat, and their masks, I don't know, they just look kind of creepy. I don't know. Actually, it's very African looking, and you pick that thing. If this is an African group, but they're a bunch of Swedes pretending to be from Africa, I guess. All right, it works for them, huh? Followed by, let's go to this one. Jazz is Dead. I didn't know that. I didn't know they were on life support. No one told me that. I knew nothing about that. Suddenly you get this, you find out Jazz is dead. Oh my God. Huh, well, I wasn't there for the show. Nice little die cut. Isn't that neat? That's nice. But this is an album by Doug Karn. Ali Shareed and Adrian Young also play on this. It's not a gatefold, it's thick. And it is a 2-album set. And it is on black vinyl. So you've seen what black vinyl looks like. Doug Karn, he's born, I think, in 42, if I remember right. And he actually played for the record Black Jazz. But this here, Jazz is Dead, is a record label. They're putting out different albums from different artists. And this is the 5th album that they put out under the name Jazz is Dead. This is really, there's a lot of like jazz funk grooves going on in here. Some of it's a little quieter. Songs like Dimension just has this really cool funk groove. There's organ happening within this music. It's newer. What is this? Came out in 2020, so this is definitely kind of a newer take on jazz. Desert Rain was an interesting one. It has these nice warm horns that are playing in there. It's just fun stuff, and I believe it's out of the UK. I'm trying to see here. I should have studied this more, huh? Man, I feel pretty unprepared today, so I apologize for that, for whatever reason. But it's something interesting. Doug Karn is he actually, when he started, he began playing, I believe, the oboe. And, is there jazz oboe? Is there such thing? I know you got jazz flute. Why not jazz oboe? But he switched it over and began playing the Hammond organ, actually. And you hear him on here playing the Hammond B organ, which, I'm not a huge organ fan, but when done right, I like it, as long as it's just not all about it. Jimmy Smith, I struggle with. It's just too much organ, It's like more cowbell, more organ, I guess. This was very good. I enjoyed it. Is it my favorite jazz album? No, it's not. But I like it enough that I definitely keep it, and I've played it a number of times, and I find it very, very good. And it's nice, you get into a rut. 50s, 60s jazz is what I like, and so you have to push yourself out to find new artists or new music coming out, and I struggle with that. So I try to do that, and this was thanks to a record store. They said, hey, they recommended that. When you're in a record store, ask for recommendations. Best thing I can tell you. And I need to do more of that. Not that I need to blind buy a whole bunch more. So birthday. All right, my next album is this is Sharon Shannon's Sacred Earth. This was some SCLT, BCLT from John Bolger. And John's out of Ireland. And he sent me some wonderful music. One of them you saw last week, the Dave Brubeck album, was from John. And this came up, and actually Shannon, she was born in 1968, so she's young. Younger than me, which I had a nice quiet birthday, by the way. I went to a, now we're going off, I go to this restaurant, I go in, I put a book, I put a book in there to keep that up, a super heavy one. Damn it, the albums didn't bring it down. All right, so I go to this restaurant, and I'm in there, and, you know, I go, so what do you get if it's your birthday? Oh, we don't do anything. I says, what? You don't do anything? I says, I flew all the way here. I flew from Michigan to come to Cleveland just because I heard in Cleveland they do birthdays right. You always get something for your birthday. And you know, the gal, and there was one in training, they're very nice, and, you know, I just went back and forth with them. And then they bring me out a wonderfully hot chocolate chip cookie with ice cream on top, right from the oven. And happy birthday. So, hey, yeah, it's nice, wasn't it? And just pest people, give them crap. But all right, back to this album, because that's what you're here for, and not about what I do. So Shannon is a she plays the button accordion and plays the fiddle. In the Fisher Boys, the Water Boys, the Water Boys, Room to Roam, she plays on that. This is the best-selling album ever of Irish folk music. And it's a nice, there's some jigs, there's some reels, there's some singing. This came out in 1991, and again, the best-selling of Irish traditional music that's out there. Now, she's put out, no, it's not this one, I'm sorry. In 1991, I believe, was her debut. Her debut was 1991. Sorry, I'm trying to get these right. That was the number one selling album of traditional Irish music ever. That's not this one. This is her 16th album. She's put out 17. Number 16. And it's fun. I mean, I love jigs and reels. That's one of my favorite parts of Irish music. I think they're happy, they're joyous, and they make you want to dance. Sacred Earth is has just this great rhythm to it. There's just some beautiful playing, you know, when she plays the button accordion. I love it. I hear a lot with the fiddle going on. Great voice. Just fun stuff. She's from County Clare in Ireland, and if you've been to Ireland, County Clare is just like a music mecca. So much happening there. Always exciting stuff when you go to the pubs. Well worth it. If you go to Ireland, to me, you have to head to the country. Head to the country and really get over to the west side and enjoy, you know, Dingle and County Clare and Doolin. So, thank you, John. This was great. Had just fun stuff. Let's pick up my albums that all fell once again. I have a couple VCLTs here, and someone didn't take them out of the sleeves. Dang him. I have XTC Black Sea. This came out in 1980, and this is from Muesyroom. and Dean and Tina. Thank you. And this came, they sent this to me a long time ago, still getting through it. And the other one came from Rob Paniques, and this is None Such from XTC. And Rob is Paniques 1960. Everybody knows him because he comments on like 1 million videos in The Godfather. And Rob, this was incredible. I didn't. I had this in CD. I had this in album, but XTC is such a good group. You know, they formed in '76, but by '82 they quit touring altogether and just became a group that was played in played in the studio. Beautiful music. They wear their Beatles love on their sleeve within their music, and especially here, you know, after Oranges and Lemons, you know, None Such, you really get that feel. I mean, it's so well crafted, so put together. This was like a little more of the earlier stuff. This was Big Bang music that was really big coming out of England at the time, and so. Fun stuff. I believe 1980 is what I said on this one, and 1992 on this. XXTC, again, I think anybody who watches this, for the most part, knows that group. Their catalog is vast. Their catalog is incredible. The music that they put together, varied, but so well done. You know, they broke up, but really fun stuff. You know, Skylarking, what a classic album. So thank you both of you for those two extremely good albums, and they are those are like important XTC albums. Found this at my local record store, The Meters, and this one is called, I can't even read that, Rejuvenation. And this came out in 1973 and was their second album that they put on Reprise, or you might want to say Reprise. You decide how you want to pronounce that one, okay? There's the label. This is a funk masterpiece. If you want funk, this is the album. In fact, I think they concentrate more on instrumentation than even vocals. The rhythm section on this album is so incredibly damn good. My God. I mean, it's just pure funk. You can hear the rock influences, but yet there's this hard, funky edge that's happening on there. I mean, it is a first-class funk album. It ranks up with some of the best stuff on there. You know, you have Art Neville. He just plays these funky keys, and his bluesy organ playing is just fantastic. And okay, you don't need to headbutt me here. Love to Me is an album. It's very soulful. It has a cool feel to it. There is another one. What is it here? I'm trying to find it. It Ain't No Use. It's a 12-minute song. Over 7 minutes is just funk jam. Just playing and going and jamming, and it is so much fun. This thing is funk dynamite. Rolling Stone number 138 in their top 500. That's how much they liked it. I don't know which poll that was. It changes all the time, but this one, if you can find it or look for it, or if you like funk and you don't have the Meters Rejuvenation, I truly cannot recommend it enough. It is so good. Hey, listen, we're talking, okay? See the camera? See the camera? All right. Great stuff. Great stuff. Talk about today is trying to keep things from not spilling over again. Come here. And this one came out. This came out in 2013, I believe. Under the Covers, the best of Matthew Sweet and Suzanne Hoffs. So Matthew Sweet, obviously, Matthew Sweet, Suzanne Hoff from Bangles. They did 3 albums together of covers from 60s, 70s, and 80s. And their voices meld in such a beautiful way. It's like this. It's like heaven when you hear their voices on a nice red vinyl. It sounds so good. And Matthew Sweet's guitar playing is phenomenal. It's just, they do so many great songs on here. Sunday Morning from, Velvet Underground, Maggie May, You're So Vain, Secondhand News, Dreaming, Train in Vain, Cinnamon Girl, Bell Bottom Blues, which I thought was only okay. Marquee Moon, they do Marquee Moon from television. My God, I can see for miles all the young dudes. And they just know how to vocalize, how to blend their voices, and this is pure pop candy. Pure pop candy. It's fun for the ears. Okay, it's good for you. Is there any revelations? No. Is there any new groundbreaking? No. Is it a great listen? Yeah. Just take a listen, pull it up something, and find out. But my goodness, that's great stuff.
Wonders, and your bird is green, but you can't see me. You can't see me. When your prized possessions start to wear you down, look in my direction. I'll be round. I'll be round.
I was just happy. I had the single. I had the 3 CDs, the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Lost them, and then that came out as the best of them. Well, why not get that? And I'll save myself some room. So I did, and happy to have it. Okay, hey, that's it. All right, we're going to get under 29 minutes. Damn it, we're going to do this week. Thanks for dropping by. I mentioned I did an interview with Rachel last weekend. I went an hour and a half. Can you believe I talked long? Can you believe? I told her, I said, we're going to go long because I always just do. It's my thing. And we had a fun time. It was a fun interview. My mic is terrible. We were doing some other thing. I don't know. I couldn't get it all figured out. Asking me technology, I guess. Screw it. But a fun interview if you hadn't. The Rachel the Music Ma'am. Great channel. She does interviews on a lot of EC members, a lot. And they're all fascinating. I truly enjoy them because it's like sitting down, getting to know you, which is my passion when I travel. Hey, if you're in a place I want to know, let's sit and talk. It's what I enjoy. So thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it very much. We'll see you all next week. Bye.